As a child, I grew up in a really loving home. I always felt very secure. My parents were not Christians. My dad was really cynical. He hated Christians. I really didn't think that the Bible had much legitimacy until all of a sudden he gets saved and complete turnaround. And so we started going to church, and when I was about 14, I got saved. So near the end of high school, I met a guy, and he seemed to have everything that I was kind of looking for. A few months later, after we started dating, he proposed, and I was still only 17 at this time, so everybody thought this was really stupid for me to be getting married that young and throwing my life away, but this is what I'd always wanted. I wanted to be a wife and a mom. And sure enough, after we got married, everything changed. He told me after the honeymoon that he wasn't really in love with me, and that the reason he had wanted to marry me in the first place was because he thought I was physically attractive. But despite all that, I grew up in a home where marriage was forever, and I wanted to make it work anyway. So he wanted to stay married, and so did I. When I was in high school, there had been different model scouts that had come to me and approached me and wanted me to get into the modeling industry, and I really was never interested in that before. Didn't want that kind of lifestyle and so on. But the same guy came back to me again, and he said, if you try this out, you could make twice the money as a full-time job and work half the hours, and you could spend the rest of the time with your baby. And so that kind of grabbed me. I started working a lot more in New York City, and there the job market is a lot more harsh and a lot more competitive and very dark. A lot of these girls, 13, 14 years old, that you see on these billboards, you think that they're these glamorous women. They're really just little girls, just out of puberty, and they have no self-image. They are destroying themselves. They have issues with cutting and eating disorders and drugs and all kinds of things. My idea of self-worth was still really skewed, just because of the way my husband had viewed me and the way I was starting to view myself. And I kind of thought of myself as, the only thing that was really worth anything was the way I looked. You can walk in for a casting and somebody says, "Oh, hideously ugly, leave." My husband was involved in another affair. After a lot of adultery in the past, I thought it had kind of cleared up, but anyways, he was involved in another affair, and this time he was not willing to go to counseling anymore or to try to cover it anymore, and so he decided to leave. And I was on my face before God, and I was just telling him, okay, I'm broken. I just want to give you my pride, take it away. I have nothing left, and just rebuild this. I want to do this for you. You're my first love, and my purpose is in you. I can't do anything without you. Just for fun, I decided to get the internet open and look at this Christian dating site. There was an option on there, a little feature that you could click like to like a person's profile, and it would save it and everything. So we were going through, and there's this one guy on there, and it said he was a single, full-time father. My sister was, "Oh, that's cute." And so, okay, like. He flew up to Canada and met me and my daughters. He stayed in a hotel and stayed there the whole weekend. And at that point I knew he was what he said he was. 1 year later, we were married. My husband has adopted my daughters as his own and given them that father that they needed, and shown them and will continue to show them what kind of a God that we serve, because He's adopted us as His children. He loves us. We went through fire, and He just refined us through it all and made us stronger. And He's continuing to teach us more about Him and lead us in His love. But I'm just so thankful for everything He's done for us. My name's Alicia, and I've been transformed.